So what is happening, people? So we got a couple of challenges today. The wind is really puffing, probably 15-20 miles per hour. I was really expecting about 8 to 10, but so anyway, I kind of stopped in this there's a bank behind me. It's kind of breaking the wind a little bit, so I'll go ahead and apologize. You'll be able to hear some wind noise on the video today. And my purpose of doing this video is so you will have the confidence to come out to the lake. It is the 30th of October. Fall transition. Crappie are really starting to really gather in those larger groups that you find in the fall, in the winter. And so I want you to be able to have the confidence to come out to the lake, to locate underwater structure, and to pinpoint those crappie and to catch them on the lure. Now we all know not all times crappie actually are in a feeding mode or actually bite. So today I've got my Ingle cooler with me, and I brought about a dozen minnows along just in case. I found some crappie the other day. They didn't want the lures too much, so I brought a couple of minnows just to drop down inside of those schools to see if they'll actually bite them. We're going to do some spoons and we're going to do some jigs. Like I always say, be versatile anytime you come to the lake. Be willing to change your method of how you catching fish. Sometimes they love minnows, sometimes they don't. So I like the vertical jig. I like jigging spoon. A lot of fast action on that. So the other day I came out to this particular lake, the last video that you've seen, and I rode around about 4.5 or 5 hours, and there's no topo map to this lake. And this lake has actually dropped about 4 feet in depth in the last 2 days. So I'm not sure how that's going to affect the fish. I don't think it's going to affect them that much because this lake rises and falls a lot during the year. Anyway, I'm gonna start right here. I have a couple of places marked here. I have a couple of places picked out, and we're gonna jump around to those places and see if we can find some active fish. So hey, stay with us and let's go catch a fish. Now as you can see, I am right on top. So I've got one mark here. So I found my marks. There's my other mark. And I'm gonna just click it on. And there was some logs or boulders, concrete, not quite sure what was under the water here. I think that's it coming up right here that you see. Not sure if it was a crappie. Those were crappie. Boom. There you go. Those were crappie. Definitely crappie. Smaller ones. Well, let's do that again. Now, I'm right over top of those fish again. Look like they're holding right in this spot right here. So let's drop down to them again. Actually out in front of them a little bit. We'll just allow that jig. I'm gonna just let the boat float right back to them. Well, they were at there. Boom. Come right there. A little bit better right there. Boom. Nice crappie. Nice crappie. Boom. Nice crappie. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. Nice crappie. Yeah, nice crappie. I'm telling you, I'm gonna have all y'all saying crappie before long. Yeah, nice crappie. All right, let's do that again. Now, I'm gonna point out something. Now, the other day, these crappie were closer to the bottom holding on structure, but they're holding right over this open basin right here. Now, I'm gonna locate them again. So here's the 4 lures plus minnows we're gonna start with. So I've got that Wahoo jigging spoon. They seem to like that. That is the gold Castmaster spoon. And I got this old jigging wrap. I dug around, I knew I had some somewhere, and I found that. And then I'm gonna use this, a Bobby Garland's. I think it's on a 16th ounce head. And that is just a natural color. It's got some glitter in it, that blue glitter. I'm not sure what it's called. I can post that in the comments below when I figure it out. But and real quick on these Castmaster jigging spoons, you'll notice that this is a size 10 hook. That's the one I upsize, and this is the one that actually comes on it. You can use these, and I've caught fish on them, but I like to upsize one size bigger than these, and I think it just does a little bit better. So I wanted to show you all that. I didn't show you that in one of the other videos when I talked about upsizing that. So okay guys, so we're gonna try the minnow out. So the spoon for these crappie are not being real productive. Well, took the minnow. Feels like a pretty good one. He took the minnow. We'll take him to the small crappie. And I'm gonna drop that minnow right back down in there. He didn't hurt the minnow too bad. Large man. Oh, I thought I had me a good crappie on that, y'all. Oh, he is lethargic. Boom. There's 2 or 3 marks there. There's my boat that I've marked. The brush is actually behind me. So basically the creek channel comes from this side. It comes kind of in this cove right here, and it makes a curve right here behind me, and it goes close to the point and back around that way. So you have it's about a 5 or 6 foot drop in this creek channel here. It's a flat out here, and it's about 16, 17 feet of water, and then it falls right off in that creek channel. So it makes this bend in here very good. And someone has dumped some brush, looked like on several times, and I'll show you the fish holding on that brush. So I'm gonna go back here, go to 1, and let me see. Let me go back and find the brush. So it's actually behind me. Creek channel, how it comes across. Actually, there's some fish holding on this back side of this brush. right there. I just went over it. So I kind of got to be, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. What I like to do, since the wind is blowing this way, I'm gonna drop this buoy about 10 feet above the brush, and that way I can come right back to it. He bit it. He didn't take it. It's gonna be a nice one right here. Good crappie. He actually got hung in that brush down there. He took the minnow. Good crappie. Good crappie. Yeah. Uh-oh. Broke my darn 10-foot raw. Not that one. Alright. That one decided to bite. Nice crappie. So I changed my strategy just a little bit. You see my markers in the back, so these fish are reacting good to lures and minnows, but they're just not, they're being lethargic, they're not wanting to bite. So that's a Kalen's jig, and Kalen's jig curly tail and a Tennessee shad color. They love Tennessee shad color in this lake. So what I'm doing, I know where that structure is. I'm pitching up past it and counting the lure down, coming right across the top of the brush, and I actually got bit that time. Well, didn't get to see me catch this one, but found another little pocket of brush. Found another little pocket of brush. That crappie was right down in there. Caught him on the Kalen's jig. I hope you can hear me. So here's a stack of crappie right here. They're right in this creek channel, right off this bluff. You see this bluff here is creating a shadow line out here, and those crappies are just stacked right there. So we're gonna see if they're gonna bite. We just ran across them. Let's see if we can get turned around here. Should be right up underneath the boat here. We can drop this spoon. I'm gonna drop, I got the gold spoon first. Boom, and I got bit immediately. Good feeling, good crappie right there. Good crappie. Oh yeah. Nice crappie. Boom, quick release right back in. Let's see if we can drop this spoon back down there to him again. Thumped it. Boom. There he is right there. Good crappie. Go all up underneath the boat. Boom. Now these fish are reacting very well to the gold spoon. Now you can see how tight I am to this bank right here. And I'm assuming they just in here in this shadow line right here. Boom. Drop that spoon right down in on them. That's a little small one. Looking for one a little bit bigger. Now, I want y'all to look at this. See this tree right here? Now, I've just found this tree. You see those fish? Those are bass up the top of it. But that is a great perspective of what you can see with this LiveScope. That is a good crappie right there. Just caught him on that tree I just showed you. I can't run the GoPro too much longer because I'm just about out of battery life, but he come out of that tree I just showed you on the bottom. Good crappie. So let's take a few minutes and talk about what we did today. So I basically followed the edge of the creek channel around, and I found several places that had brush sunk around those creek channels, and so I marked those and fished on them. But I did find one spot that had some brush kind of in the mouth of a cove, actually 2 sets of brush in the mouth of the cove, and I caught a couple of crappie on the brush, and those crappie moved. They were actually staged off the brush, and they probably moved as much as 100 feet away from that brush. I guess they knew that they were being fished, so they just backed off. So sometimes you have to follow those crappie as they move around. So if you get to the lake and you have a topo map, one of the things that I like to do is there was an old road bed that was in the lake, and one side was pretty steep, the other side was pretty flat. Now this road bed was probably made back way before the lake was even established, but I followed that ridge out across the lake, out in open water, out in the middle of the lake. Found one area where it dropped off really sharp, and actually found where someone has sunken some brush. It looks like the brush may be a little old, but there was some crappie holding in that brush too. So if you come to the lake, you follow, pick you out the creek channel, the creek bends. The one in the shadow line that I found, that creek channel went right up against that bank, and it was a lot of crappie holding along in that shadow line. And I could probably stayed there and caught 100 crappie probably. And all in all today, I have caught a lot of fish. I've caught bass, I've caught a lot of crappie, caught some really nice crappie today, even though the wind really puffed pretty hard all day today. Hey guys, I hope you've seen something in the video that you like. I hope you've seen something that you learned. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. That supports the channel. Hit that like button and click that notification bell so you don't miss an episode of Wildlife Adventures. And hey guys, you remember, it's a wild life, and I'll see you on the water.